I haven't done quotes in a while, so today I'm gonna do quotes, but they're not from Google. I mean, it is probably have Google in them, but some of them don't have Google. Probably yeah, Google. Some not. So I have right here with me. Oh crap! With me it's quotes papers. I put them on the wall to remind me. Because let's say if you're going on a journey of the thing that you want to achieve, and they're gonna be a tough time, but it's not always like fun and games. I mean, there are times of joys and fun and games, yes, but there are times that you have like, it's not going the way I wanted to. So, and then this is where I remind myself, okay, yes. So this is where I get my mindset from. Most of the time, I'm reading from Steve Jobs. So a lot of entrepreneurs who understand these type of things because they rebel. Entrepreneurs, they rebel against the system, the matrix, the belief system of society. It, even most people would disagree with a lot of entrepreneurs because they have a vision. They're visionary. They want to go create things and innovate things, and they want to change the world in their own way, right? So this one, a lot of entrepreneur would like to hear a lot from Steve Jobs. And not due to this is where I get for why I think so big. And of course, uh, thinking big helps you to expand your action. It helps you because if you think small, what happens is you act small, and you take you don't believe in that. So when you think, because where I get it from, Grant Cardone, Bob Proctor, Les Brown, and here's the thing: Steve Jobs says, "Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round peg in the square holes, the one who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. They have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you cannot do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward while some see them as crazy ones. We see genius because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." You like that, don't you? I know you do. A lot of entrepreneurs like that. But it also, if you're into the law of attraction, I know you like that because it go against everybody belief. You want to be like the well, you are special, but I'm not saying like you feel like you want to be fit in this type of thinking because it's amazing thinking. It's not for everyone. It's not for the majority or the general population. So, but think about it. Without these people who think they're crazy enough to change the world, we wouldn't have a device like this. We wouldn't have laptop TV. I mean, a long time ago. Now we think televisions, the flat screen, the cell phone, it's normal, right? It's normal. We see it every day live. But a long time ago, it would be considered crazy. Like it's witchcraft, it's evil, it's the devil. Just like people say, you know, and yeah, usually people like I think people consider Thomas Edison, all those people create and innovate. They call these people crazy, but now they're dead. They're geniuses, right? And a lot of people thought Bruce Lee was crazy, but he was a genius, right? He rebelled against the kung fu uh community, right? The because the Chinese people, the no, not the kung fu master, the Chinese, they didn't like the their art teaching to non-white, non-Asian, Chinese. So Bruce Lee offend them a lot, and people get angry at Bruce Lee. But Bruce Lee, he's I would come to realize this. I realized Bruce Lee is a great marketer. He won. He won the game of life. Like, why would I say that? Well, since marketing is trying to get your attention and trying to get you to know to think about that person a lot. Think about it. Bruce Lee won. He got everyone attention. He got business, entrepreneurs, martial artists. He got everything made out of him. Bruce Lee. Okay, I think this is the definition. Bruce Lee won. He's a great marketer. He's a great salesman. He's a great martial artist, a kung fu. I don't care. But what happened is he's a legend, right? But you think about, well, some people hate him, but a lot of people like him and love him. Jackie Chan love him. Uh, where Bruce Lee inspire people who I like to watch martial arts. He inspired a lot of people to do martial arts. Without him, like he changed. He he impact not only the martial art aspect, but also business, entrepreneurs, artists, anime, everything. But he's a good marketer. We have to remember that. He's so great that he go bam bam bam. You remember? You know Bruce Lee. I'm telling you, everyone know Bruce Lee. He won. I don't care. He won. Even if he's like in the grave right now in Seattle, he won, people. Right? So not to say, and I think also Thomas Edison won, like Albert Einstein won. They're great marketers, but it's because they believe in something and they're willing to risk their life to do it. I'm not saying you should risk your life. You shouldn't do that, but are you willing to be the crazy one and believe that you can change the world? Now, I feel like I'm a little bit crazy because I say things that most people would disagree. I'm telling you, most adults, most teenagers, most who don't have this type of mindset would disagree with me and get angry at me because they disagree. I'm telling you, it's because they haven't dived deep into the world of this type of mentality. It's very different, you know. And I'm not bashing it. It's because where they learn the information, where they learn the habits and the perception and belief is from their parents, not from school or from their friends they associate with, right? And they start to act out their life drama, life story. But it's the one who believe in something so much and believe that they in themselves know that this is the right thing, even if they get bashed for it, even if it's hard, but they're willing to say, hey, this is my truth. This is what I believe in. I know that this thing can change people's life because it has changed my life. So if I believe in this, so it can, that's why Steve Jobs innovate. That's why if you see Apple today, it's a religion. Um, People come to Apple and they love it. I'm not into Apple. I used to have a Apple iPod, but I'm more. It's not easy to use. Well, I don't know about now, so I couldn't say it. But listen, if you want to change your life, you have to be the crazy one, and soon people will start calling you Jesus. I'm sorry, but listen, you have to, because in order to change something, you're gonna like make people mad, man. Like, because you're disrupting their belief system. You're like, let's say you start to see in a different way, you start to act different way, you start to like see like, wow, like this information like this really hit home, like holy crap. And you're gonna hurt some people. I know I did. I mean, I remember I started listening to like um, personal development, law of attraction, and like I listened to Zig Ziglar, and Les Brown, and I start listening to motivational. What happened is I saw a different way to live a life, not in what most people have been programmed to live their life. And what happened is my friend that I look up to, and he's younger than me, it disrupted him. It hurt him. It Because I was moving in this direction and he was trying to pull me back into the direction of the direction where I don't want to go, right? It's what everyone else believes in. I don't want that. I'm unique, I'm different. And of course, when entrepreneurs go out, they're disrupting the value of the masses, the general population. And what happened is they're trying to reach, because there's a lot of noise in this world, a lot of freaking noise. It's just noises, and you have to break through that noise into order to change. Because Apple Apple or any successful company, they break the noises, and that's why they become successful. And we in ourselves have to break the noises within us, meaning we're surrounded by people who have all opinions about a lot of things which they don't know about. And what happens is it try to keep you down, pull you down. You have to be the crazy one to say no. I'm not letting this opinion affect me. I think how I think, and I know this information can change my life. And it's gonna take a while. Nobody's gonna agree with you unless they see you change, and you start changing. They start like adopting your belief system. It's not always easy, right? But they see that if you did this and you achieved this type of goal, they're like, oh, it's possible for me too. And then you start to do that. It's possible. It's not. I'm not saying it's not possible. Anything is possible if you believe. But I believe that anything is possible. It's going to. I remember I was listening to Evan Carmichael, and I was like, I never thought that way before. Ice. You have. I was talking about uh, being ice versus water, right? Because a lot of people are ice, where the majority of the people, the masses, if they're not doing something great. But then I hear him say he have a different perspective on ice. He said if you're an entrepreneur, you have to be stubborn, you have to be ice, and then sometimes you have to be flexible because sometimes like we want this certain thing to happen, right? See, it's like for me, like I want to interview authors, I have to be ice. I can't give up because you know why? I listened to I read the book Sell or Be Sold. I like that. It's called Hard Sell. Even if it's uncomfortable, I gotta do it because I believe in me and I believe in the message and I believe I don't care how long like people even if I get rejected, right? Because I feel like today I was like, okay, that was awesome. I emailed this person I won and it was a gatekeeper and here's the thing. I was like, I clicked on their Facebook, and I look at her name was there, and I was like, let me check on their Facebook. I scroll on what they like, and I have to keep scrolling, because the only way to you to get to know a person is by pictures, by looking through what they like and try to resonate with them or try to relate to them. And I look at it was really long, and she was in the spiritual world, and she know Gabby Bernstein, right? And I was like, oh, okay, I can relate that. And then I sent like I realized I sent like 26 emails. It got to be 26 emails, and I sent it, and they said she was busy or they don't book any more interviews. I was like, okay, that and I was like, I take the mindset of Grant Cardone for the book Star Wars Be Sold, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this around. I'm gonna hard sell. Now, what happened is I was like, okay, thank you so much. I believe in her, and I'm sorry. And then I said, have an amazing holiday for your with your family. And she was really kind, and I was like, you know what? Let me put emotion to it. Let me focus on the person instead of trying to close all the time. And then bam. But then I have to figure out how to uh, do it again. And I'm not afraid. It's gonna like I remember I was reading Grant Cardone Sold Up so you know he his thinking is great. I like it. Even if I haven't sold on me yet, even if it may take me 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years, I'm gonna do it. I'm serious. I'm, in order to get their message out there and I believe in them, I have to do that. I have to keep believing in me. Believing is ice. Like Aaron Carmichael said, you have to be ice. You got to be stubborn, but also I have to be flexible, fluid like water. Right? We have to be ice because too many majority of people are ice and they're not fluent like water. I'm not talking about entrepreneur, but yeah, I'm talking about the majority of people who want to live a life that they want. They're too much ice, right? And they're not water, right? But if they can, I mean, it's good to be ice and you stand your ground. That's what I mean. I have to be ice, but it's good if we can transition into water and ice. I just realized instead of just turning ice and water, we can metamorph, we can transform. just like Transformer. If we can learn how to transform to ice and water for a situation, I get it. When it comes to situation, we have to be ice. But if it's not working, we have to be water. Be flexible, ice and water. Back and forth to ice and water. That's what we have to do in life. Life, it's not always black and white. It's full with contradiction, people. But too many people are ice, but they're not water. So we have to change. If you want to change your life, you have to be water. Because a lot of ideas that, let's say if I read all the books and they have, at first I remember I was reading all the books, they have a lot of contradiction, like a lot. It goes with everything that you believe in, or it goes everything you have read, and it goes boom. But you have to be water. You can't be ice. But sometimes you have to be ice in order to see. Goals, right? I want my goals in life. It's ice. But the destination, right, where I want to go, is water. Because I have to change the direction of where I want to go, but it's still the same place. But I have, like, the goal that I want to achieve is ice. That's the target. But I have to be flexible and flow toward that goal and attack it. Because the water is really powerful. It will achieve its goal no matter what. It will go boom and bang, achieve a target. Right? That's it. I forgot. I mean, that's it for today. What I got for the quote. You gotta do it. You gotta be ice. You gotta believe in you, even if you're crazy. Stand up for yourself. Stop letting people say you're wrong. Look, whether they think they're right, they're right. I remember Henry Ford says, whatever you think you can or you can't, you're right. It's whatever you think. Look, the person point of view, or they're right. It's what they believe, but you're also right. But you shouldn't let that stop you from achieving your goals, your dreams, and anything you want in life. You have to be ice, but be water. I'll see you next time. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I'll see you. Bye bye.